What's up, party people? G5 Productions in the place to be. Superman first class in the mix. Today we're talking about the Sound Tools cattails, cat box, and super cat cables. I do have the Cat 5e version, and they are 50 foot in length. I have two of them, and I got this harness that I bridged from what I call the Kraken over to my X32 compact. But the main star of the show today and in this video is all about the cattails. So I have the cattail female version. So they're coming out of my main left, right subs and my wedges. So I have everything labeled underneath, and I just basically did a 1, 2, 3, 4 just to keep down confusion for myself. So from this cattails, the female side comes out of the mixer. It goes right into a Cat 5e cable. It's a super cat, so I have the purple version. I got a black version on order, so whenever it shows up, you know, I'll be using that a little bit more across the stage if I run anything across. But that Cat 5e runs across. That is actually the black cables are actually two extension cords, right? So it's running right parallel to two extension cords. I know they say avoid that when you can, but yeah, sometimes it's not like that, right? But anyways, I got the first of my Cat 5e cables right into this cat box. So ports 1, 2, 3, 4, which mirrors the outputs of the cattails. I got my main right, main left, subs, and wedges. So that's how I label the cat box. That way it keeps down confusion on my part. So I did have the cable out and into the main right, and then from there it just jumps up to the other line array, and right here out of the subs right into the back right there, and the wedge, it goes right there underneath the wheel and into the back of the wedge accordingly, right? So boom. Now the other Cat 5 is also a 50 foot cable, so right here it just parallels out the other side. So as you can see upside down here, it says parallel. So this is in and out and parallel. I think it doesn't matter if I was to flip the box around, but anyways, this cable comes out and it's running on the floor. And again, it's running with a power cable as well, because I have a 50 foot extension cord of power to take care of this side. But continuing on with the Cat 5, the power goes this way and the Cat 5 comes around here. So I'll hide this a little better. But it's going into a cattail. So let me go up the stairs here and show you guys what I'm working with live. I'll do my best to explain it. So the cable goes into the cattails, and I'm in between just letting this hang. But either way, that's kind of like putting some tension here, and this may eventually start knocking. So I think what I may do is just gaff tape this. But anyway, the cattails male version has 4 leads as well. I just kind of Velcro one of them really short so I know not to use it, because here's why. There's 4 leads here, and one's going to the sub, continuing from the other side. One's going to the wedge, so same thing I push in this wedge will come out of the opposite wedge down there. And then I got my main left side, right? So I think what I will do is probably just gaff tape that in place somehow so it doesn't move around all over the place. And same with that part, I might just throw a little gaff tape down just to keep it in place, right? From bouncing around when the sub's kicking in, right? So other than that, I'll clean up my cable runs and stuff like that. Or goes into my main left, jumps up, and then in the sub, and likewise over here in the wedge. Now with the wedge, I did have to hook another little shorty cable, like 5 feet from here to the wedge right there. But here's why I went with the cattails on this side, so not a cat box. That cuts down the amount of cables I needed. So since I got the cattails, I could easily go right into my first line array, just jump out up to 3 boxes I could put with this system, but it goes right into the first line array, and there's plenty enough to stretch down into the sub, as you can see here when it splits. But this unfortunately does not go over to the wedge because it's too short, so you just got to use another little cable. But that's a simple setup. And here's the deal, from my mixer before, here's the cable count that I would normally do, right? The same 4 cables would come out of the back of the mixer, but then I would have an additional 3 cables that goes from this side over to the opposite side. So here's how it will work. I would have my main left XLR here, so that's 1. Main right will go around, that's 2. And then my sub would go here, that's 3. I would jump to the other sub, that's 4. And then I would have wedge, that comes here, that's 5. And I would jump the other wedge over there to that one, that's 6. So I literally just took where it would run 3 cables to take care of this part, 1 Cat5. And then I did use essentially still 3 cables, but they're much shorter and a lot easier to manage. So from my mixer, I should say, I got 1 cable coming around and stopping right here. And then I got 3 short cables here, here, and there. And then 1 single cable, so where I would normally jump from here over to the other sub and this wedge over to the other one, that's 2 cables across the stage or underneath the floor, whatever. And then continuing of the main right from the mixer all the way around and over there. So I just eliminated a lot of cable runs. So now from the mixer, I got 1 single Cat5 stops here and then parallels out with the same 4 connections, a single Cat5 looped around and go over there. Now I was thinking about running across the top of the stage and just gaff taping it down. But here's the deal, with all this stuff behind the speaker, nobody's gonna really see that like that. And 2, less gaff tape used, you know, that's saving. Plus, it's much easier to recover that by just stretching it out across the front of the stage and, you know, reeling it up. So I always look for ways to get in, get out, set up. So this is my first time utilizing this system, and I'm excited about that. So you guys see it live in action, and you heard it already in the beginning of the video. Again, all of this stuff is by Sound Tools. I'll put some links down in the description below to every piece I'm using today. But let's go ahead, play some music so you guys can hear audio over Cat5. Turn down the subs, turn down the mains. So I'm gonna start this party off first with my wedges. So here we go. This is wedges only, both wedges, no mains. No subs, no mains, just wedge. All right, now we're going to turn up the mains, but no subwoofer. And now we're going to turn up the subwoofer.